Hey, what's up? So you know how YouTube's just kind of become like a big, overly manufactured clickbait factory? You know how that's happening? You know how every thumbnail looks something like this? That every title looks something like this? All of these bright and obnoxious thumbnails make the YouTube trending page look like a kid's show and ADHD had a baby with a cocaine problem. And now it's a website. Wrap your heads around that verbal vomit. But channels that do all the clickbaiting shit, like they're not really my cup of tea. I don't watch them personally. There are some that'll get me, like those like Rhett and Link case test videos. Like, yes, I do want to know the best chicken sandwich. It's like my favorite food. I would like to get to the bottom of this. But like I can live with those channels existing on YouTube because like they're just like really successful people who like know the algorithm and know how to maneuver it because they've done it a million times before. Not to mention they usually actually like at least do what's in the title or thumbnail of their video. Like even if it's just like a small portion of the video, at least they actually like do it at some point in the video. What I do have a problem with is channels like this one, Viral Vision. I doubt you've heard of them. I knew I hadn't. This channel follows suits with channels that like you've actually probably seen before, whose just like sole purpose is to abuse the algorithm and get views. Let me elaborate on that because I know you're thinking like, Ben, every channel makes videos to get views. Like that's the point. Like I said earlier, you absolute clown person. Yes, this is true. You're not wrong. But good channels put out like original and compelling content in order to attain those views. They don't just like, like re-upload the same video 48 times, blatantly lie in their thumbnails and titles, or like steal videos from sources that aren't theirs. Viral Vision isn't worried about being a good channel. They just want those clicks, baby. They want that sweet, sweet AdSense money, and let me tell you, brother, it is sweet. The goings is good. Viral Vision and channels like it are like what I would describe as YouTube's answer to those tabloid magazines that you see in line when you're at the grocery store. They only post videos about like pop culture and celebrities and stuff like the tabloids do. And their thumbnails or their covers just say things that are just so obviously untrue. Like you can just tell they're reading it that it's just a lie. Like how those grocery store magazines will say something like, Giselle left Tom because of his secret affair. Photos inside. And then it would say like, Giselle, how could you do this? I was just trying to make a joke of an example there, but like that might be on the cover like tomorrow. The tabloids just write things to attract readers. That makes sense. It's just the same way Viral Vision makes their videos to attract viewers. They don't care about the quality of what they're doing. They just want people to see what they're making. Because like who at the National Enquirer would have access to the information that they're putting on? Like who at the National Enquirer would have access to know that Obama is insane? Who's like, unless they have like Bob Woodward on the payroll, I don't think they're getting that information. However, before I dive into today's video, I want to talk to you about today's sponsor, Major Hollywood Studio Inc. Plus. When you finish a long day at work and all you want to do is just sink into your couch, shut your brain off, throw something on the TV, maybe drown your sorrows with some of Grandpa's old cough medicine, Well, then you need to subscribe to Major Hollywood Studio Inc. Plus today so you have access to all of the formulaic and cookie-cutter movies that you will forget about the day after you watch them. Not to mention, you'll be one of the first to be able to access some of the 86 10-episode dramas that drop weekly that everyone will tell you might be the best show ever made. Want to watch a superhero movie you won't understand because you didn't watch 2 previous tie-in TV shows? Look no further. After these movies make too much money in theaters, they'll be released on Major Hollywood Studio Inc. Plus so that you can watch them from the comfort of your own home. For newcomers, they've just unveiled a new pricing package so that they can cater more specifically to you and your entertainment needs. So if you want the original intention of streaming service package, well, that'll ding you $25.99 per month, but you'll get 4K resolution and no ads interrupting your experience. If that's a little too rich for your blood, no problem. You can jump into the slipping back into cable territory package for only $15.99 a month. Now, this package only has 1080p resolution and there is ads at the beginning and end of each movie or show you watch. Finally, there's the Live Long Enough to See Yourself Become the Villain package. Now, this one is only 720p resolution, not considered HD anymore. There's ads every 15 seconds, you can't share accounts, and in a future update, you'll only be able to watch what's live at the current moment that you want to watch something. This package will cost you $8.99 per month, or the original cost of the premium package. Lucky for you viewers, Major Hollywood Studio Inc. Plus was kind enough to give me a discount code to share with you guys. All you have to do is register with the code Quality Control and you'll receive 0.5% off for the first 12 days of your first month. What was the name of that movie? I didn't really like the ending to that at all, and it actually made this other part make no sense. I just put it on in the background while I'm doing other stuff. I love how every movie on here stars Ryan Reynolds and The Rock. These are just a few testimonials from actual Major Hollywood Studio Inc. Plus subscribers. Join the movement today and reassure those in charge that quantity reigns supreme over quality, because you don't care. Alright, back to the video. Do you get it? It all makes points while relating to today's topic. Subtext. The thumbnail that inspired me to make this video was this one because it was just so undeniably fake I couldn't even believe it. I'm a massive Conan O'Brien fan, so a few things jumped out at me when I first saw this. The first thing, and take this with a grain of salt, I haven't seen every episode of every show he's ever done, but I don't think he's ever stood up to a guest, you know? Like, he's done it as jokes. There's been, like, bits where he stands up to a guest, but not quite like this. I can't think of an instance where he was, like, legitimately fed up, and he's like, nope, you know what? Enough's enough. It's just not really television host etiquette. But again, haven't watched every show. Maybe some guests have really rubbed him the wrong way. In fact, maybe 15 more guests have rubbed him the wrong way. The second thing, and this one really made me start to question the authenticity, was I don't remember ever hearing or reading about Billie Eilish going on Conan's show and on national television telling him to his face that his show sucks. Pretty sure that clip would have made its rounds on the internet, no? But I don't remember seeing anything. That sort of set off some alarms inside that maybe they aren't telling the whole truth over at Viral Vision. The third thing, which actually relates back to the first thing, is if I can't remember Conan ever simply standing up to one of his guests, I just have a hard time believing that he would tell one of them, again, on national television, that their music sucks. I just don't see a scenario where a 20-plus year veteran of late-night television with no history of a temper lashes out at like an 18-year-old. Just feel like that would be a tough way to go down. I also found it incredibly odd that not only do they both seem happy in the thumbnail, they're smiling pretty goddamn wide. Considering they're in what sounds like a pretty heated argument, I might expect a little bit more aggression on the face. If this is a real clip, why wouldn't you just use a screenshot from the real clip? I thought to myself one brisk autumn night. Well, from what I've gathered, the reason that they wouldn't use that is because she was never on the show. So this exchange never happened, never could have happened, because she was never on the show. And this is what I'm talking about. No, of course this shit didn't fucking happen. Why would it? It takes like a millisecond of background research to debunk their entire selling points on most of their videos. For Christ's sakes, the video is called 10 times Conan stood up to guests and there's 7 chapters, one of which is the intro. This is what I'm talking about. They just blatantly lie in all of their videos and thumbnails and titles and things like that. And it's astounding that people just do this. They just completely lie to everybody. It blows my mind, actually. And talk shows are a big thing for Viral Vision, I would imagine, because that's where they can steal like 95% of their video footage of celebrities and get like screenshots for the thumbnail. Remember that time Will Smith, who looks like a complete CGI cartoon in this thumbnail, by the way, told Ellen to shut the fuck up on her show? No, I don't either, funny enough. I like the photo they used of Ellen here too. It actually looks like they got someone to like Google like shocked Ellen or stunned Ellen. Because kudos to them, that does look like the face of someone who was told to shut the fuck up on national television by Will Smith on their own show. However, we will keep talking about Will Smith. Specifically, we'll talk about him and Jada, damn it. We all know she used to, probably still does, have a thing for Tupac. It's no secret. But did you know that he was alpha? Did you know that Tupac was alpha? Well, clearly, she must have said it if they're going to put it in the thumbnail, right? I can't wait to watch the drama here unfold in this exclusive Viral Vision video. Give it to me. Feed me the drama. I watched the video. Not only does she not say that Tupac was alpha, which makes the direct quote from the thumbnail a lie, she also never says Will Smith isn't alpha, which makes the title a lie. The only honest thing about the thumbnail and video is that Will Smith and Jada appear in the video. That's about it. That's a pretty low bar for honesty, I gotta be honest. Again, keeping it on the talk show hosts, there's been some drama around James Corden lately. You know, everyone's favorite cat. I don't know, he's like no one's favorite anything. If you don't know, I'll give you the Spark Notes version. So he got banned publicly from a restaurant after he was allegedly treating waiters like horrible every time he was there. A little weird to announce a banning like that, I feel like. I don't know. Like, I have friends who have been banned from bars. Yeah, I run with a pretty rough crowd. But it's not like they put up like a wanted poster around town. They don't like announce it to everyone like, hey, by the way, he's not coming back in here, just so you all know. We all have a lay of the land. We're all in an understanding here. Okay, cool. Like, everybody doesn't need to know that. Also, I'm pretty sure he's already been unbanned, so. But anyways, James Corden announced prior to all of this, like back in the summer, that he was going to leave the Late Late Show, which could also be renamed because that sounds like a first draft kind of name. I don't even know why I'm telling you all this when you could just watch the Viral Vision video called James Corden quits the late night show after being exposed for being mean to waiter. See, this is actually interesting because like I just said, I thought that he announced that he was leaving like back in the summer before all this restaurant news broke. But of course, I only based that theory on the mountains of empirical evidence that formed it, so a little shaky, of course. But no, all of those articles and interviews with James Corden were wrong. He's actually quitting as a result of the restaurant backlash, and the craziest part of it all, he announced it on his Instagram Live, apparently. What a way to go out. Can you imagine that? It's like one negative thing comes out about it. It's like, okay, I'm done. What up, IG? It's your boy James Corden with a negative message. Also a massive fan of the minimal effort put in by the thumbnail designer here. Could have made the sides black to make it like actually look like a vertical Instagram Live, but nah, just dim the curtains. It'll be fine. It also just effectively proves that it is not, in fact, an actual screenshot from an Instagram Live, because if it was, those curtains that they dimmed just wouldn't be in the photo. So just like 2 extra seconds to think about that. Now, Viral Vision either found an Instagram Live template that they really, really liked, or they just assumed way more announcements take place on Instagram Live than they do, because they do it for a lot of their videos. Like that time Brad Pitt went on Instagram Live to call out Disney, the company. Brad Pitt, who doesn't have an Instagram account, by the way, downloaded the app, signed up just to call out Disney, the company, an empire, publicly. I don't know. I just feel like he has the connections to get the message out that he's trying to get across here without jumping over these hurdles. He's Brad Pitt. It's very similar to that time Pete Davidson revealed he left Kim K on Instagram Live on a red carpet while sharing the Instagram Live with Kim K, who was also on a red carpet. Imagine seeing this. A couple breaking up and like explaining it to people on a shared Instagram Live from a red carpet, like you're walking into an award show. Like, just had to get this out of the way quick before the show starts. It's like having a post-game press conference with like a boyfriend and a girlfriend right after they broke up and like answering media questions. Like, yep.
Yeah, Ben Little, Viral Vision. What happened to the relationship here? You guys started strong.
Yeah, we had a good run here. We just felt it was time. Things were kind of starting to fall apart, especially in the third period there. So we just, we decided to call it quits. And, there's lots of love there, but it's a business at the end of the day. I also love the text they chose to go with here. They really didn't give Kim K much of a defense at all. Like, I don't really see that holding up in court. Your Honor, she's insane. Not true. But relationships can go sour. That's reality. Pete and Kim K, Kanye and Kim K, Ray J and Kim K. These are just a few examples. But there have been some dramatic celebrity breakups this year. Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde dramas all over social media now, sure. But were there signs that we missed before since it's come to light? Were there cracks in the foundation that we obliviously missed? Well, according to Viral Vision, there absolutely were. When Jason Sudeikis was on stage at an awards show, he cried out for help and, in front of a room full of celebrities and millions of people watching worldwide, said, "Save me." I'm not entirely sure how he missed this, but I guess that's how it always is. You don't notice the signs until it's too late. I can picture him now. I want to thank the cast and crew. You guys were an unbelievable joy to work with on set every day, and I bless all your hearts. Obviously, I need to thank my mom and dad. They always believed in my dream of getting up here one day, but when their belief in me busting tables wasn't paying the bills, they were always there too, so I wouldn't be here without you guys. And obviously, I gotta send love to my beautiful wife there. Lots of unconditional love for her. She stuck by me through everything. Save me. Thank you very much. So this is an honor. We really are an oblivious group of people because Johnny Depp did the same thing, apparently. Even better, they named the videos like 10 times they tried to warn us about their significant others, like they're being held hostage and it's like a ransom video and they need to try and sneak out information to like the small group of people that'll understand their code. The Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial was obviously like massive news, but you probably think it benefited Johnny Depp the most out of anyone, and you would be sadly mistaken. That trial was bigger for nobody more so than Viral Vision on YouTube. They are wrapping up mortgage payments with the amount of content they got out on this. Thank God these guys weren't around during like the OJ trial, because we'd all be working for them. They would just have all the money. They'd be printing it at the Viral Vision HQ. Just look at all these videos about the trial. Credit to the writers too. I mean, how do you possibly make up this much stuff about a defamation trial? I say make up too because there was a lot of like hot drama that came out of this trial, but a lot of the videos that they made are just fiction. The way they came up with some of these feels like, you know, when you're like watching reality TV with your friend and you just like make up scenarios and you're like, oh, imagine if he goes to give her the rose and she just slaps him, and then you laugh because it's hilarious. But you're like, that would never happen. That's how they came up with all these videos. I'm positive of it because like it's just a trial. If we didn't know the two people involved, there wouldn't be cameras in the room. This wouldn't make the newspapers. These guys are pumping out like 9 videos a day about it. For those who don't know what happened, Johnny Depp ended up winning his defamation case. It didn't seem like he was going to win it first. It seemed like Amber Heard might come out on top. You know, it was a neck and neck fight. One major turning point in the case that I honestly had completely forgotten about until I started doing this research was when Amber Heard looked at her lawyer and said, read the script in court. Not a great strategy. Actually seems pretty damaging in a judicial sense. And of course, that didn't happen because, again, why would it? Who would do that? By the way, this entire video is just an 8-minute clip from the trial, nothing more. They did nothing to make it their own and still got over 270,000 views. It makes me sick to my stomach. What did Steve Jobs say? Good artists copy, great artists steal. Don't I feel foolish? This one's good. Leave my court. Amber Heard kicked out of. Just of, nothing more. After laughing during Depp's testimony. So obviously there was a time crunch to get this one out. May explain the typo in the title. What was I saying about quality control? So the judge said, get out loud, audibly to Amber Heard in court. Get out where? What do you mean? Where do you want her to go? That's not how court works. It just boggles the mind that they can conjure up this like very easily disprovable bullshit and pull in like 3.5 million views. And there's just no repercussions for it. I guess, well, what repercussions am I expecting? They've been selling these magazines for years and there's nothing. They just get sued all the time. It's like a 5-year-old telling you lies that you know are lies, even if they're like annoying lies. Like if you have knowledge on the subject and they're just lying to you and you just have to sit there, like, you can't say anything. It's just a 5-year-old. You can't just call them out. Their bullshit. They're 5. Here we have what could be an interesting video. 10 times Joe Rogan lost his temper with guest live. Probably could have benefited from a second draft of the title. By the looks of it, he's really had it with Jake Paul here, telling him to get out, just like the judge from the court. It'd make for a pretty bad episode, though, if the guest just left. That's pretty much the entire show. Jake Paul, a guest he's never had on, by the way, looks pretty stunned by Joe Rogan losing his temper like this. I mean, come to think of it, he looks equally as stunned in this screenshot from the Impulsive podcast, only mirrored, which is odd. Even odder is if you Google Jake Paul podcast, that same image is one of the top results that comes up. What a strange coincidence. As we can see from their other video, 10 new times Joe Rogan lost his temper with guests live, arguably worded worse than the last one. His brother Logan sat in the exact same seat as Jake, despite also never being on the show. It also appears that Logan Paul had to be reminded that the Joe Rogan experience is, in fact, Joe Rogan's show. Seems obvious, but maybe that's why he lost his temper. I'll have to watch the video. And this is getting weird, and I hate to promote conspiracy theories, but this photo of Logan looks identical to one of the top results when you Google Logan Paul podcast. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I just want some friggin' answers. How many times can you make the same video? Jesus Christ. Not to mention they just reused some of the clips from their previous videos, which is pretty radical. They can just get away with that. Joe Rogan, by Viral Vision's count, has lost his temper 30 times and has told at least 2 people to get out. Maybe he shouldn't interview people. That's a pretty high number. Accounts like these are mine, and I know like many other people's main issue with YouTube. I hate these like crazy thumbnail clickbait title, just like cringy videos. I love the idea of like creating something and putting it out there for some kind of audience to see it. That's like an amazing idea. You don't need like a TV deal. You don't need to put shit into festivals or anything. You can just put it out there and it has the potential to be seen by somebody. That's amazing. Like for someone like me, like who doesn't have like the means to get like things into festivals or like an audience like that, like it's just an outlet. It's amazing. It doesn't require like the effort or the resources that a lot of us just don't have. And I know, like, I'm completely aware that I'm complaining about them being unoriginal and stuff like that while like reciting an argument that people like Bo Burnham have made before that I like completely agree with. Like, I just agree with the sentiment that like channels like this are just kind of like ruining YouTube a little bit. Channels come along like this that just like want to get big and make money off of YouTube, so they just like abuse the algorithm in any way they can, just like beat the shit out of it until they have over 265,000 subscribers, 15 million views on some of their videos. Like, it's a joke. They're being rewarded for being unoriginal and for just promoting quantity over quality. Not me. That's why I put out videos maybe once a month. And I'm not kidding when I talk about quantity. I was taking notes for this video, I would say like in a span of 5 hours, like just like taking some notes on and off, and they uploaded 3 videos. Of course they're going to be popping up on people's feeds with like celebrity nonsense in it too. Like, of course they're going to rake in views. That's that's their game plan, and it's working. I mean, for Christ's sakes, they just uploaded 8 minutes of the Johnny Depp trial, and like the one main selling point of them putting that video wasn't even in the 8-minute footage from the trial that they used. Unoriginal channels like these take up like way too much real estate on YouTube. Not that I would know anything about being unoriginal. I have a commentary channel where I talk about things that I didn't make. Can someone get me an envelope? I'd like to push it, please. I am kidding with that, but I do also kind of understand the hypocrisy there of me talking about being unoriginal and doing things that many people have done before me. I do feel a lot better about myself though, because like I'm coming up with the ideas on my own and like writing them and filming them and editing them in the thumbnail. So like I'm doing something original at least. I'm not just completely lying about what my videos are to get people to watch, except for when I say like comedy in there. I guess it's a little misleading. Anyways, that should probably do it for this one. I apologize for the delay in my videos. Unless you hate me, then you're welcome. I'm just the worst at coming up with video ideas in like a timely manner, which is hilarious that I'm talking about this absolute content factory today. I didn't even plan that. I wanted to do like a Halloween themed video. Couldn't think of a single idea to do. Then it was November 3rd and I was like, well, I probably can't do a Halloween video anymore. So I didn't. And here we are. If you like my videos, I also do like some little sketches on TikTok and stuff like that, which I hate saying out loud, but I just have to accept it if I'm trying to grow something. So that's what I do. I also do the sketches mostly in my bedroom, so no worries there. It's not going to be unfamiliar territory. And again, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for what's next, what's in store. Check out my next video. Chris Pratt murders family in cold blood with footage from the new Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Peace out. I didn't do a peace sign. Peace out. Thanks for watching.